hope that you're doing awesome, Sag. Welcome to your reading with me, Adrian Nelson, psychic medium and regression hypnosis practitioner. And this is a mid-November reading for you. The focus is on love, boom, 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 love, and remember, it's a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. Let me just move this up a little bit. Sorry about that. So please take it as it resonates. And if you'd like to help my channel to grow, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, as well as obviously subscribing to the channel, so that you know when your weekly readings are coming out. Without any further ado, let's have a look at your current energy, your recent space, what's heading your way, and then we're going to clarify. Okay, let's see, sir. I hope that you're doing so awesome. I hope that your hearts are smiling. I hope that everything is just coming beautiful for you. All right, let's see what we have, beautiful Sag. Remember, this reading is general. Hey, Dale. I had somebody who slightly lost it with me a few days ago. They're like, this reading doesn't apply to me. I'm like, well, it's general, you know. If you want to have a reading that is going to 100% speak to your energy, then obviously you're more than welcome to book a personal reading. All that info is down below in the description. There's a link for my website as well. So, starting off in the recent past, they say shuffle again. Okay, that's what we will do then. So that's okay. So in the recent past, and I'm going to show you the cards just now, we have got the Judgment card, and Judgment is obviously that Pluto sort of energy, that bigger sort of thing, because so some of you really started to ask the much bigger questions, not just a year now. Do I like you? Don't I like you? Do I go on a coffee date with you or not? Like a lot of you are really thinking a lot more long term, which is almost I wouldn't say unusual for Sagittarius, but you know, for some of you, you could really be having those questions like, do I really want to pursue things with this person or going forward? Because, you know, it's almost like that realization that you're heading in a much more sort of, how do I say this? More serious sort of foundational sort of way, okay? And for some of you, like, well, do I really want to give up my freedom? That sort of thing, okay? I'm going to show you all the cards when I'm done drawing them. Let's go for your overall energy first, and you've got the 10 of Wands. So releasing fears. There with the 10 of Wands for your overall energy. Releasing fears, releasing thoughts, releasing things holding you back, releasing excess, releasing sort of like, you know, a lot of emotions that we hold on to sometimes. That sense of fear and uncertainty. Do I take this chance? Do I do this? What if I do it? What if it doesn't work out? What if it works out like the way that it worked out before? I think the bigger question that you're asking at the moment, really, as Sagittarius, for those of you that this applies to, is what do I really want for the rest of my life? For those of you that are dealing with someone, you know, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person? Do I really sort of want to open myself to that sort of very predominant sort of connection with someone else? Or am I in a space where, you know, where I'm ready to do that? Because I feel that for some of you, and for some reason, it's coming quite strongly through in spirit. So I'm just going to say, but for some of you, you're basically ready to let your gigolo ways go, and you're like, do I do this? You know, do I sort of, you know, maybe delete the apps and those type of things that you know that I maybe reach other people for more sort of like you know, casual encounters or not anything that's all that serious. So in the recent past, you've got a Judgment card, you've got a Queen of Swords, and you've got the Two of Pentacles. Some of y'all in love, you're in love, and you're like, oh, I don't know. This is almost one of those senses of having. I feel that for some of you, and it could be that it happened. This is almost like love sneaking up on you, like a connection sneaking up on you. Maybe, sorry. Some of you never meant for things to get too serious, you know, that sort of thing. And now you're like, huh, do I want this? And you know, do they want it? And like, there's a whole lot of thinking. It's like a whole sort of roller coaster on speed going on for some of you in the mind sometimes. And it's almost like the more you try to logically reason things out, the more you in a space where you realize, but I do want this, you know. And it's almost like one of those things, the more we try to talk ourselves out of something, the more we actually talk ourselves into something. All right, in your current space, we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, yeah, This is definitely a sense of there's some real fear going on in here, a fear that may seem irrational to other people, but not to you. Because I feel that for some of you, it's almost like it almost feels like being in a little bit too deep, you know? So it's that space of, well, I don't know really, you know, do I want to open my heart or not? And it almost feels like your heart's got a, for some of you, it almost feels like your heart's got almost like a bit of a will of its own. So it's almost like your heart being a Sagittarius as well, you know, like I'm a Sagittarius rising, sort of do whatever you want to do, like, you know, a little bit defiant as well. And so it's almost like your heart being a Sagittarius inside of you. So it's like having a Sagittarius inside Sagittarius. And the inside one is kind of like, well, I think I'm good at this, you know. So some real worries, some real concerns. Did I show you all those cards? I think I did for the current space, but some real concerns there happening for many of you, maybe not sleeping that well, very concerned. And simultaneously, I also feel that for many of you, your psychic flow is going to that next level, you know. But then also there's all these beautiful romantic ideas and thoughts that's going on within you. So I think let's just call a spade a spade. You want love. There's fear, but you want it. All right. Energy heading towards you, positive possible outcome for it. Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Now let's be honest with you. Everything will not be as easy as you hope for it to be. All right. You might be dealing with someone that still has some things that they need to heal within themselves, some challenges that they have. It could be a little bit on the attacking sort of side, almost like, well, something like you could be dealing with somebody that sort of might want to deal with things in a very confrontational way, possibly violence, not necessarily, but very confrontational, like I'm going to show them who I am, that sort of thing. But it I feel that, and for some of you, you might even have some of your friends that might be saying, like, well, is that really what you want, you know? But what I do sense though is that there's a real fantastic potential for this connection over here. You know, there's real fantastic potential here and give you a lot of inner peace. For some of you, you know, you are actually being sort of overprotective in many senses of the word. Where before you would just follow your gut and your intuition and just go for things, there might be a space of almost what you would call overthinking things a lot. And I feel that that is, for a lot of you, that is causing a whole lot of sense of feeling down, feeling depressed, doubting yourself, second guessing yourself. And there could be some self sabotage that could be floating in there in other areas of your life as well as a result of this. But this I can tell you, Sagittarius, from what I can tell over here, is that when all is said and done, at the end of the day, you realize that this is your person. Okay? Let's clarify. 10 of Wands, because you yourself is going through a journey of healing, and it's almost like half that onion layers still need to come off there for you. All right, so it's like being sort of like neither here nor there a little bit. We have got the Five of Pentacles, so we're looking at the overall energy. So the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, as well as the Moon. Okay. Now, this is what I just wanna point out to you. Sorry, not the Moon, Temperance, is that with that recent past five energy there that's clarifying the overall energy. This is the current energy, this is the overall energy. So they are both Five of Pentacles, and also, so a lot of deja vu here. Current space, Nine of Swords, clarifying overall energy, Nine of Swords. All right. And then since we're comparing cards, I would say the last one that's clarifying the overall energy versus your current space. This is you being ready, and I feel this is you being in a space where you are really sort of ready to take control. So you might be in a space where you might have said, well, let's sort of like divide the roles equally. And I feel like for a lot of you, this conversation is went on more in your head as opposed to the other person, which may be strike one there for you. Okay. But I mean, we only know what we know, you know, as humans. We only act from the best understanding that we have at a particular point in time. But I feel that for many of of you, this connection that you may have made with someone, not necessarily just recently, this could be a longer path that you walk. It's almost like you go like, oh, I'm in love with them. Like, oh, it's more like that sort of thing, you know. What will I do? How do I not be in love? I feel that some of you, not necessarily all of you, but some of you might have gone on a bit of a promiscuous sort of rant over there for a while, trying to get this person out of your system, and didn't really work. And I feel that some of you even dealt with a person that says, well, I actually understand why you did that. And you're like, how dare you understand? That sort of thing, you know? But it is time for you to take control of things here. Somebody has to take control of the situation, and that person is you. And it doesn't mean that you're dominant over the other person, but somebody has to sort of make the decisive decision over here. And I think since the person would, like, it could seem like doubt is coming from both sides, but the other person in a sense could also just be reflecting you. All right. And I mean, if they can reflect you in what you perceive as a negative sense, when you change who you are within, you can also change in a positive sense. All right. Let's look at that recent past. We're going to draw one card for that Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So again, this is a space where some of you realize that, well, this is a bit of a different vibe here. This is a different person here. This is not just a, you know, a flash in the pan sort of situation. And many of you didn't like that. You were like, well, weren't we okay the way that we were? All right. Let's look at that the Two of Pentacles there in the recent past. What is that about? Because things started to change here. So look at this. And there we have the Judgment card again. So we've got the Death card. Then we have got the rewriting your space of life, basically, Page of Swords, and we also have the Judgment card again. So yeah, you know, some of you were like, you know what, let's just kill this baby in the womb type of thing. And you tried. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, or just sort of like went in a bit of a darker space yourself at the time. But then I feel it's almost like you got a, you know, with the Judgment Pluto energy, it's like you got a broader sense of maybe this can work. And I feel that it's almost like against, for some of you, for many of you actually, it's almost like, you know, when you get those thoughts where you go like, well, maybe this can work. Maybe if I give this a chance, maybe it can work. And you're like, why am I even thinking these thoughts? You know, how dare I? That sort of thing. Let's look at this Knight of Cups, because this person is, they like a real game changer. And it's like they're not even trying, because, you know why? Because I feel that for many of you dealing with someone, you're dealing with someone that actually wants you to be happy, and that wants you to win and want the best for you. And for some of you, it's a little bit unusual to have that, you know, in your life. Because I feel for many of you, there's a space that people keep on actually looking at you for the solutions and the answers and those type of things. All right. Okay, let's look at the Knight of Cups in your current space. You've got the Ten of Swords. That's Swords energy. 10 of Wands, sorry. Swords energy very much back here for you, as well as coins or pentacles. I'm sorry. This is such a Sagittarius sort of thing, and I recognize, even though I'm a Sagittarius rising, I sort of recognize this pattern within me as well. Because we'd be like, you know what, it's probably not going to work. This is seeing a million reasons why things may not work. And because you're seeing so many reasons why things may not work, some of you are sort of like, almost like charging in and say, well, let's just do it. And if it's going to fail, let's just get it over and done with. All right. So be careful of bringing, be mindful of the gray area between being logical about a situation and becoming almost paranoid about a situation. Be careful of that, you know, gray area between the two. Let's look at this Ace of Swords in the energy that's heading your way. Okay, let's draw one for Nine of Pentacles first. You've got the Three of Hearts. Your heart is ready. You've healed. You've healed. You're not the person that you were before. All right. So if you're concerned about maybe somebody taking advantage of you or breaking your heart or anything like that again, you are not that same person before that this has happened to. You have now changed. Your energy speaks differently. You give out a different message. Okay. And because you do that, you also attract different people. Because before, where you may have gone out and given a certain message, now you give out a different message. I honor myself, I love myself, I'm open for the greatest good of all. That sort of thing. Now, let's see what we've got here. For Ace of Swords, energy heading your way. Hoo-hoo! The bottom of the deck, we've got this is the King of Pentacles. Lots of abundance. Abundance in your personal life. And it's more of a feeling that you get within you. And when you get that beautiful feeling within you and you can accept that feeling of abundance within you, whatever abundance means for you, especially in love, everything else begins to flow. All right. So you've got the Four of Pentacles, the the Ace of Cups, and also the Knight of Cups. Lots of knights here, lots of going for things. Lots of brave steps that many of you are taking over here. But what I can tell you is that your bravery is pulling off in a positive way. And if you open yourself to being with this person, it can serve you positively in so many ways. It can bring a lot of stability into your life. Okay, let's finish off by drawing you a card from Sacred Destiny Oracle. So, new beginnings. I mean, come on, can't really speak more about that. And voyage, this is somebody that wants to walk the path of life with you. So some of you may have had the experience of being with someone where they cause all kinds of havoc and chaos, and then, you know, when the fan is on high and things are about to hit it, then that person basically leaves. This is a person that wants the best for you, and if you get into a problem, whether it's your problem, their problem, whatever, there's a sense here of let's support each other, which is so beautiful. Okay, so but it does require that you open your heart. That is the one thing that and asking yourself very honest questions. All right, so that's what I got for you, Sag. I hope that it helps. If it resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. If you want to have a personal reading, or you want to know any of my personal services, or if you just feel like being motivated, because then you're more than welcome to go down below in the description, click the link for my website, because I created that website with the vision and the goal in mind to remind you of the beautiful being that you are and how much beautiful potential you have in this world. From my heart, namaste, love and light. See you next time. Bye.